Well, this cleaned up really nice. There was some residual paint in here after I pulled it out of the witch's brew. And I took a putty knife and it peeled right off like peeling a banana. In the first or second video that I shot about this drill press a couple, 3 years ago, I said the table was pristine. And it was so covered with gack, you really couldn't tell. Well, it's not pristine. It's got some war wounds. As you can see, all around the center here, it's been drilled and repaired. So it looks like they've done some repair work on this table. There's some drill bit wounds here and here. There's one there. There's a good one there. Some more over here. So yeah, this thing is showing its warts. But it cleaned up good. So yeah, I just got to resolve this leaf chain issue, and I can get the column, well, get the counterweight installed in the column, and then get the arm that supports this on the column, get the column back on the base, and we'll start putting this thing back together. By the way, I'm on the hunt for a machine clamp screw. I'm short one on this drill press project, and I'm not looking for a gift or anything. Happy to pay a reasonable price and the shipping. But anyway, this is 1/2 inch 13, 1/2 inch diameter, 13 thread pitch. The whole thing is 7.5 inches long, or 7 3/8, and the threaded portion of that is 2 inches long. It's got a shoulder machined on it. I mean, I've got some square stock here. It's knurled on one end. I could make this if I have to. I mean, I wouldn't have the shoulder on it, but I could fabric cobble one of these if I have to. But I'd like to have something that's close to what's on the drill press already. So any of you guys out there, if you know where there's one of these, or if you have a few in your hoard and you'd be willing to sell me one, let me know. Well, as I've said before, I'm just a tin bender with a spoof can. But the pinstriping didn't turn out bad. I got a little overspray there to touch up. But by and large, it turned out pretty good. Happy with that. I need to flip this thing over and do the other side. Also, the table support turned out good, paint job wise. I'm probably going to pinstripe along these ribs and then highlight the letters with gold. I don't want to get too carried away with the pinstriping, though, and turn it into a gaudy mess. I've got no real information or photos, even in my C.H. Wendell's book, about whether or not there was pinstriping on these things. So I just went with my gut and just highlighted along the raised ribs on this thing, and that's as far as I'm going to go. But hey, I think it turned out good. Well, let's see what we can do with this leaf chain. I'm hoping I can bring it back, because I didn't get a happy quote from USA rollerchain.com, whatever it was I said on the previous video. A little too pricey. So I'm just going to do my best to bring this one back. And everybody I've talked to, and most of the comments I've gotten, you know, have all been pretty much supportive about this chain coming back. So what do I got to lose? Other than if it breaks, I got to pull the drill press apart again. But that's no fun. I'm also considering cutting this tray back in the parts washer a little bit and exposing more of the reservoir. I've only got about 8 inches across here and about the same this way, which makes it kind of crowded if I don't want to turn the pump on and just do some quick cleaning. So I'm considering that as well. But yeah, we'll see how this chain turns out. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. So most of you are familiar with this, at least those of you in the US and Canada, CRC brake clean. Now, I mentioned in previous videos that I get about 95% of my garage chemicals at estate sales and garage sales. However, you don't find this too often. Once in a while you do, and I grab it when I do. But typically I buy this at Harbor Freight for $6.99 a can, and that's a 14-ounce can. I go through a fair amount of this stuff. Well, lately I've been seeing some larger YouTube channels using those Sure Shot pressurized sprayers. And then in one demonstration, a guy bought a gallon jug of this CRC non-chlorinated. You don't want the chlorinated stuff, that'll kill you. Anyway, and he got it off Amazon. I forget what he paid for it, but pretty spendy. Poured it into his Sure Shot, charged it up, and it worked great. Well, I started doing some research, and I discovered I can get a 5-gallon pail of brake cleaner, not CRC, but a competitor, which is just as good. And I can get a 5-gallon pail from the store for $95. And I thought, well, hey, I'm just going to wait for a coupon to pop up. Then I'm going to go to my local Harbor Freight and get one of those Maddox pressurized sprayers. It's just like a Sure Shot. And buy that stuff in bulk instead of by the can. Be less expensive considering the amount that I use. And I can be cleaning a lot more stuff. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this leaf chain is bent right in here. Some of those plates are bent. So I'm going to have some fun trying to straighten this out. There's also a couple of spots where the outside plates around the pins that go through are kind of chewed up. So I may have some repair work to do there. So now what I'm going to do is go dump this in the container of Evaporust, because although I've cleaned it well in the parts washer, I don't know if there's any rust on the pins inside the plate where you can't see it. I know there's some rust on the outside of the plates here. So into the Evaporust it goes, and then on with straightening. Okay, there you go. One thing about Evaporust, it kind of gives it away in the name, Evapo. If you just leave this stuff exposed to the atmosphere, it evaporates. And as expensive as it is, you want to keep a lid on it. Normally I keep it inside the jug and just pour it out as I need it, but I've been doing so much small parts stuff lately, I went ahead and just left it in this container so I can just put stuff in, take it out when I'm all done. Oh, and by the way, I found a home for my recent Farm All Country sign acquisition. That was one of my birthday finds. I did replace the screws with brass screws just for a little touch. I'm going to have to get some little cleaner and just clean this up. But hey, it's right where it belongs. Yeah, you bet. Another wall hanger, and I'm running out of wall space fast. Well, we're close now. Once I get this leaf chain out of the Evaporust and rinse it off, get those bent plates straightened out as best I can. Ready to start putting this thing back together. Looking forward to that. I'm going to finish the little pinstripe painting on the table mount. I'm going to run a wire wheel lightly over the table itself. And with this leaf chain, it's going to start going back together now. So finally over the hump. That's a good feeling. And I'd like to get this project wrapped up. It's still going to take me a while, though. I haven't even touched the electric motor yet. And then I discovered, I keep forgetting about this thing, the lower step pulley with the big double shiv outer pulley on it to run off an electric motor. I keep forgetting about that thing. That needs to go into the witch's brew and get derusted and all of that. So, but the basic reassembly is just about ready to start, and I'm looking forward to that. Hey, I'm up to 855 subscribers. Blink my eyes, and that happened quick. So welcome if you're new, and glad you're here. And I've really been enjoying a lot of my existing subscribers that have been chiming in on the comments. I have a good time in the comments on my channel and on your channels as well. And having a really good time. Been really some really good suggestions on this project and what to do and how to try new things. I mean, that's what this YouTube family is all about, you know, helping each other out. So I just want you to know I appreciate all your contributions. I may not agree with all of them and I may not adopt all of them, but nevertheless, I really appreciate the fact that you've taken the time to, hey, throw out an idea. And if I don't use it, it can certainly be utilized by somebody else that's watching the channel. So thank you for that. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching. We'll see you real soon on the next one. We'll start putting this monster back together. Bye for now.